Paul's such a fat fuck.
To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy motherfucking birthday to you.
Holy shit. Wow, that was special.
That was a lot.
It was a lot. Hey,
well, his
everybody,
birthday
it's
was
Bass
this
and Brews.
past Saturday. Welcome to Bass and Brews, your weekly distraction from quality podcast content.
Yep. Hey, yeah, it was my birthday. I turned 40. I got way too drunk. I felt it for like 3 days afterwards. I'm never gonna drink again.
Hey, you know what's funny though is I have a gripe with everyone.
Yeah.
Alex's birthday was on Saturday. I purposely did not say happy birthday or anything to him on Saturday. But on Sunday, I came out and told him happy birthday after he had posted that it was his birthday on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting some pushback or some "you're wrong," from
Nothing.
the brewskis that follow. And at minimum, I was expecting Alex to come in and say, hey, asshole, my birthday was yesterday. Nobody did it, so y'all ruined everything. You ruined everything. Everything was ruined because nobody called me out on it. And that means that I have to tone it down and become more serious now because nobody takes anything I say seriously at all.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying, I think I've gone too feral and I need to rein it in and be a little more domesticated.
That's true, but not like fully domesticated because that's just gross. Let's get through some
Alex,
intros.
get off your phone. Get off your phone, Alex. Isn't that what you did to me the last episode? Get off
I'm
the phone.
pulling up the thing. Hey, everybody, make
That's
sure to
what
check out
she said.
the Patreon.
Hey-o.
Check out the Patreon. It's in all our like link trees. But that's your only way to get access to Last Call with Alex and Paul. Also, we've got a new review in. So remember, this is the game. Go to Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review, and then leave the meanest shit possible in the actual comment. So this one's from KJ1310STL. KJ says, I'm not sure if I'd rather beat it into a broken bottle or waste 2 to 3 hours listening to this show. Oh, I get it. Beat it into a broken bottle. It took me a minute.
I was about to say, yeah, what's wrong with you?
Anyways, the interruptions.
You turn 40 and you forget about what beating it is.
Fucking interruptions. The interruptions are not just annoying, but still quite entertaining. No matter how bad it gets, I still get to hear the most cut-off ending every single week. Keep up the horrible show. Solid, KJ. Thank you for that. And again, they followed the rules. Hey, I forgot that guy's name from a month and a half ago. He did reach out to me, Paul. His brother is fucking his sister or his wife right now. So
you said that last episode. So
fuck, damn it, I reused a bit. It happens. Hey, everybody, we got Dalton here. I think that was all the announcements, right, Paul?
Sure.
Oh, hey, also happy 3rd week of fatherhood to Cameron from Fanatics. Congrats on being a father, buddy. It's a magical thing.
Also, when you become a father and you're a past guest, you also get this. Nope, sorry, wrong one.
Oh, dude, your soundboards. There it is. All right. Dalton's like, what the fuck did I sign up for? We've got Dalton here. Dalton is from Texas North, I believe.
Not from Oklahoma, man.
Yeah, that's the same thing. That's the same.
No, it's not. It's
Alex. Oh my God, you just called an Oklahoman Texan.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
Just one's shaped better. Texas, right?
No. Means all you guys are Yankees then. Like, no.
Yeah.
Bitch, hold on. I ain't no Yankee. I'm from the Carolinas, also. I ain't no bury me Yankee.
I don't know where that line was drawn, but I bet you're above it.
What line?
The Mason-Dixon line.
No.
This man obviously did not take history classes
I
seriously.
didn't.
Think that the Carolinas are below the line.
Hey, man.
It don't matter. I'm still country.
Well, We've got Dalton on. Dalton reached out to us and said, hey, let me be on the podcast. And I remember I was like, well, what would we talk about? Dalton's a comedian. He hunts. He fishes. He's checking all the boxes for a legendary Bass and Brews guest. No pressure at all, Dalton. But yeah,
legendary?
Don't fuck it up.
All right, I'll try my best not to.
He's also a podcaster who is not using his podcast gear tonight, and I'm a little.
No, I'm not. Sorry, man. I'll tell you, it's garbage. I got tricked on the internet. All right. I spent $300 on this shit and I got all of it. And then I plug it in and it sounds awful. And about 2 weeks later, I get a letter in the mail from the company that sold me this pile of shit. And it said, leave a positive review on Amazon. We'll send you a $75 gift card. So I got, and so I'm using these Beat headphones, and they work just fine.
What did you buy? Yeah. I'm curious because Alex has got. We both have really nice microphones, and Alex is tied into his computer. But I did buy a little soundboard. What did you buy? That was
I got it's called Square Rock or Ache Rock. That shit.
I was gonna say, look. Shit. You can get a monocaster for like $99, which is a poor man's, literally a poor man's roadcaster. And there is a good difference with, and you can put batteries in it, make it mobile and shit. But anyway, I'm sad that you're not using your podcast gear, even though it does sound pretty good because you do have the soundboards behind you, so we don't have a big echo.
They're just styrofoam. Well, I don't know what they are, but they work. They're held up by hot glue. If I show you the upwards area, it's all falling down.
It's just for visual looks to give you that that legit appearance.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it's for. Like this is a curtain.
Hey, oh yeah, dude, you got to be careful with curtains. So there's at one point in time, Dalton. There's one point in time, instead of I wasn't in this corner in my basement, I had a flat wall. And I was like, I want to break that up a little bit, right? And I fucking hung a navy blue curtain. It was the worst idea ever. It looked like shit. Paul made fun of me consistently. I was so proud of it too. And when I showed it to him, he was like, he didn't say anything. He's like, yeah, it looks okay. And he waited till we went live. This motherfucker was like, hey, look at that piece of shit fucking curtain Alex has behind him.
Yeah, wood's expensive right now, and this curtain I already had.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, I tell my wife every week my wood's free.
Yeah, well,
and every week she tries to return it. Every week she tries to return it.
It's about the same as Lowe's.
Whoops, we gotta be quiet. The wife's sitting there now. She must have heard it. She's like, here, take this fucking. Hey, it's Oscar. If you guys aren't watching.
Oscar, look, Oscar, you're famous.
Listen, if you guys aren't watching on YouTube, you should. But Oscar is the real reason why Paul is still on the show, because Amanda won't let me fire him because she wants to get all the Oscar content.
Yep, he's been on a couple times. He's gained about 2 to 2.5 pounds since we got him, so he's gotten bigger. He still harasses his older brother, Otis, the chocolate lab, but Otis harassed his dad, Stoney, and now Otis is getting paid back. But they're doing good. Their play and everything's going good. Otis is learning sit right now, so he's starting to sit good. In a couple more weeks, we're going to start some really, really good, hard sit, stay, and then come training.
Are you getting all those good tips from YouTube?
Nope. I have trained 2 labs. And I was lucky enough with my first lab to have been helped to learn how to train from this guy who was a professional trainer. And
you mean your YouTube short comments aren't helping you out?
I have no idea. Yeah, the YouTube people. I mean, we've talked to other content creators on here about the YouTube comments versus like TikTok. So we're most active on TikTok, and we always say how our YouTube comments, Bass and Brews and mine, are the worst. Like those are the meanest motherfuckers out there. And everybody else is like, oh, our YouTube content is our YouTube commenters are usually pretty cool, man. They're good. It's the TikTok content or commenters that get us. It's the exact opposite of us. Like our TikTok commenters are they are people, right?
Yeah.
The YouTube people are fucking savages. They are
Yeah, you gotta
mean.
protect your neck.
They
Yeah.
kick you in the nuts like hard, and then
Well,
run away, and then run away. So even when you comment, they never come back.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I uploaded another wizard video. So, Dalton, these are videos where I release a fish, but then I reverse it, and I tell people I caught it without a lure, and it fucking drives people fucking insane.
They
So I released
are
a
so
new one,
stupid. Yes,
and they
they're
get
so stupid.
so mad about it. But I did have people who've seen him before who are defending it, and they're
Yes.
like, listen, this man
Nice.
went to Hogwarts, but they spelled it
It's-
HAWG warts.
Hogwarts.
Yes,
And he's got like 8 years of fish wizardry under his belt. Quit being a fucking hater. But it's the best. People get so mad. I had one lady a year and a half ago who gave like 50 comments, just fucking livid. She's like, I came here to see somebody actually figure out, because I can't afford lures, and all you're doing is reversing it somehow. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You're in the Matrix. She's like, I've never even seen that movie. Just fucking pissed off. It was so
Hey,
good.
speaking of sweaty balls, y'all, it
Yeah.
is summertime. Well, it's mid-springtime here in North Carolina.
Uh-oh.
I'm in my garage. It's
Uh-oh.
getting hot. I'm sweating. I got the fan on.
you're doing better than me, man.
I am
I just got the door open.
Yeah, well, at least you in Oklahoma, so you get some wind. Speaking of
Yeah.
wind in Oklahoma, do you have any of those tornadoes that came through this past week? Did you get any of that stuff?
No, none of them were close to me at all. Thank God. They're down by Sulphur. They're real messed up right now.
That sucks.
And still in Stillwater, they're doing a benefit that I might be getting
Mm.
on. Is with T&D comedy. All the proceeds are going to help with the relief in Sulphur. But Oklahoma's doing what they do, and they're coming together and really helping out.
Hey, Dalton,
That's so
did you
great to hear from Texans. That's awesome.
And y'all, Alex said Dalton was from Texas. He said no, Oklahoma, and Alex said no, that's the same place.
Yeah, they
Right.
Drew, you need to hop in Alex's into his damn DMs and give him hell, because Texans and Oklahomans are way two different people. Matter of fact, real quick, and then we'll get into Dalton. Have
Sure.
y'all seen the TikToks here the last few days about that tornado yesterday or the 30th? I can't remember. That ended up being like an anti-cyclone that spun the wrong way. Have
No.
y'all seen those TikToks of how crazy that sun gun was?
Fucking
Holy
nuts.
shit.
Yeah.
That was
No.
nuts, man. Thank God it hit in the middle of nowhere.
Paul,
It did.
no, I haven't, because Paul has sent me on this this mission. Paul has sent me on a secret mission on TikTok, and it involves trying to figure out if some female anglers have thirst trap videos, like if they're thirst trap accounts, or
real.
if they're not. And it's been quite the experience. It's fucked up my algorithm really bad right now, to the point where I might have to reset it, right? But it's got like obvious thirst traps. But then I'm not going to say who it is, because I'm still investigating for scientific research purposes. Like me and Paul can't figure it out, right, Paul? We can't figure it out if it is.
But see,
or not.
that's the weird thing is especially in the fishing realm, you
Sorry,
could tell
ladies.
right away. You could tell right away the thirst traps, right? The ones
Right.
that were just out there doing fishing stuff, quote unquote, for clicks and stuff, and then, but they've gotten a lot better, and now it's kind of hard to tell
Yeah, it's hard to
what's
tell.
what. And
Yeah.
for the podcast, we love woman anglers and want to have them
Yeah.
on, and then like what. I don't know
But we
what
don't
this
wanna
one
have-
is.
Right. We don't do the thirst trap ladies, right? Like
Right.
they get enough coverage. We like to have real female anglers on who have great stories. That's what we like. And we get it. Sometimes you ladies are dressed like summer gets hot, but like an overly thirst trappy one, we don't
Hey,
want on.
There is nothing wrong with wearing bikinis. I have
Correct.
worn a
That's
bikini
fine.
on this podcast.
You
Bikinis
fucking
are
have, and it's
fine.
gross.
We're not talking about that, but it was not. Speaking of uppers being saggy,
Yeah.
my uppers kind of saggy.
They are.
Dalton.
Hey, ladies, I'm
Me
sorry
too.
about that whole segment. I'm sorry about that. Before we get into Dalton, I have something for all you lady anglers out there.
Feels like clutches on fire, scratchy distress, found a birthing ground of nasty. It's an absolute mess.
That was for you, ladies.
Dude, I will tell you what, these AI songs, they are absolutely ridiculous, but Bo, they are catchy as fuck.
Yeah, have you heard I glued my balls to my butthole
I
again?
glued my balls to my butthole again.
Yeah, dude.
That's the best one so far. That's the catchiest one.
Well,
But
don't
those-
worry.
yeah,
I
those
have
AI
another one later in the show because we did not get a community strike for playing the AI song. So I think AI.
We won't. There's no.
I'm just making
there's-
sure. Well, you
Yeah,
got us a
that's
community
the-
strike. You got me a community strike on the Ren song. So,
How? I played like 6
dude, it got a
seconds of it.
copyright violation.
On
All the
YouTube?
all the millions of views that we're sending out there, Ren is now making that money for us.
Well, I'm glad we could prop Ren up.
All right, so we got Dalton here. We mentioned how he got on the show, and another big reason we wanted him on the show is because, listen, Joe Rogan has comedians all the time. We've already covered that we're already cutting into 50% of his viewers on this show have left Joe Rogan and only watch us. So
Nice.
we've seen that he's doubled down this whole feud, right? He's doubled down, and he's got the mothership now in Austin. What is that? Austin, Oklahoma, right? So that's close to you.
Yeah.
And he's got that all there. And so we figured, listen, Joe, it's gloves off. You know what I mean? This isn't the octagon. This is the streets. And we're going right for your bread and butter comedians. So that's why you're here, Dalton.
And
You're
Alex,
here to wage our war against Joe Rogan.
hey, Alex,
Okay, I'll be a
if-
part of this.
Alex,
Yes.
we could gain another quarter of his listeners if
Yeah.
you could do the Joe Rogan split.
What's
You
the
know
Joe
how
Rogan?
you haven't seen back in the day when he did the Jean-Claude Van Damme split where Joe Rogan's doing like splits.
Okay. No, I don't remember
So
that. Okay.
you need to start practicing.
All right.
And we need you to start doing splits. What
Okay.
we need you, all right, well, this is what we need is we need you
Yeah.
to start doing splits this weekend. And every day you do a split and we track your progress until you
Yeah.
can do 100% split.
So me and Paul had an off-camera conversation about getting more people to this shit show of a show. And we were talking about some social media stuff, right? Because that's what we talk about a lot on this show. But we talked about getting new people, and we talked about the content that we put out now is really good about like cementing our foundation. I don't think me doing the splits awful for. I mean, it would only take me 5 days to master the Jean-Claude split. 5 days, easy. But that we're not going to get a
2
lot of viewers
chairs,
from that. Paul.
nothing in between, 5 days.
Dude.
I want to see it.
Dude, 5 days, and I'll be smoking a dart the whole time.
I want to see it.
No
I do too. You're gonna rip your taint or something, man. You got to be careful.
Listen, I was in a
It's repairable.
seagoing service for 20 years. That taint's been ripped and resewn multiple
Oh,
times.
they got the best doctors.
Speaking, all right, Dalton, we want to start off, Dalton. You have a podcast.
Yes, sir.
Tell us, motherfucker, do not call us yes, sirs. I don't give
That's
a
fine.
fuck how
That's fine.
old
Oh,
you pretend
sorry,
you
Dad.
are.
Didn't mean to.
You can call me Dad. If you're going to call me Dad, add a Y at the end of it.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. I'm not from Texas. Thank you very much.
I'm not. No, that's their thing.
Talk to us about the podcast and what platforms you're on.
My podcast is called the Midnight Diarrhea Podcast. It is
solid
on.
fucking name right out the gate.
It's
That
pretty
makes-
loose.
Yeah, that's what she said.
It's on YouTube. It's on
Okay.
Spotify, and it's on SoundCloud.
Nice.
I post on TikTok there. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to get guests to come out to the middle of nowhere and come to my garage looking like this. Like
Yeah.
they don't trust me. They think something bad's gonna happen.
I get it.
Well, I have my friends on. I have comedians on. I got some actors on. Shit like that. Nobody big, but maybe one day they will be.
What are we talking about, Midnight Diarrhea?
Well, at the end of every show, I ask everybody where's the worst place that they've had to take an emergency dump is.
That's a fucking solid
is-
question.
Hey, you should
Yeah.
start. You should have some anglers on because anglers have taken dookies in some really
Yeah.
weird places.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Feeding the fish, man. Whatever works for you.
Feeding the fish. This guy must be a catfish angler.
Hey,
Hey.
every time down here in South Carolina, North
I can
Carolina,
tell.
where I grew
I
up.
see your beard. I know you like catfish.
Every time somebody said anything down here about releasing brown trout, it was always shitting in the water.
Yeah.
And so every time that on social media or anytime we have somebody on here talking about brown trout, I just chuckle to myself because around here, if you're talking about brown trout, it's a duty floating down the water.
Yep.
In good old Washington State, I grew up, calling a turd a brown trout. And then my grandfather would be like, "Hey, we're gonna go fishing for brown trout." And I'm like, he said poop.
He said dookie.
And he's like, "Shut the fuck up. We're going fishing." I'm like, "All right, sorry."
Actually, he was taking you fishing, and he was going to find some young strippers to hang out with while you sat in the woods by yourself at 7 years old.
Nope.
In the middle of Washington State.
Nope.
By yourself.
7 years old. My grandmother was still alive. He was totally devoted to her. Now, when she died, a whole different story when he moved to Alaska, because we've talked about that, where he did just leave me for a piece of ass in the middle of no electricity, Alaskan like bush, and left me for 3 days with a case of beer, a carton of cigarettes, and a loaded weapon, and I was 14 years old. And he showed up 3 days later.
He left you in the bush of the woods while he went and chased the real bush.
Yeah. It sounds like your grandpa loved you. It sounds like he really cared about you.
He's a great dude. Recently, my mom told him about the podcast, and she mentioned that he tells some stories. She's like, "Hey, Alex tells some stories about you." And his response was, "That motherfucker better not say anything embarrassing. Never mind. I'm 84. I don't give a shit." Yeah.
So Dalton, we got a podcast, Midnight Diarrhea. What is the premise of your show?
Mainly, I'm just having people that I like to talk to on there. Like if they can have a fun conversation, I'm all about having them on. But if you have an agenda you want to push, fuck off. I don't want none of that.
Yeah, we kind of covered that in the green room. It's tough, right? Everybody loves podcasts now. Serious anglers out there complaining because there's too many fishing podcasts because they're threatened by us. But they're not. I'm just joking. That's a way better podcast. Bailey's the man. He actually knows how to fish, and we don't. But
easy now. I've done good in some early tournaments around here. I got one coming up on Saturday too. So,
but yeah, you're right. A lot of people understand it now a little bit, right? So they try to come on and push. Like they're either selling something, a product, like way too much, or an agenda, which is fucking. It's nothing more annoying.
I'd rather buy something than have an agenda shoved down my throat.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, I think with fishing podcasts, the downfall of a lot of them, just for me as a consumer, not me as, the host and creator of an internationally known podcast. The thing I have an issue with is a lot of fishing podcasts sound like an hour-long advertisement for KVD's new sex lube. Like, it's cool, man.
And we all know the best sex lube out there is Astroglide.
100%. 100%. Listen, if you want to grease up your axles and put it in your lady's butt, Astroglide is the way to go.
That's the way to go. That's what Jesus used. Like, my bad.
100%. Yep. No, 100%. And listen, coming soon, hopefully by the end of 2024, we're going to have that Bass and Brews exclusive scented Astroglide. So,
what's it going to smell like?
Low tide.
Success.
I like the two very different answers.
So where are you at in Oklahoma there, Dalton?
I'm in a small town outside of Enid, Oklahoma. We don't even got a gas station. We just got people in a school.
Outside of who, Oklahoma? You said it too slow.
Enid.
All right, what's this close to? You west, middle, or east?
I'm northwestern Oklahoma.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. You almost in damn... You out there?
Is that the panhandle?
We're close, but not quite there.
You out there
right
in the
before the panhandle.
Yeah.
Flatlands. There's a wildlife refuge about a mile from my house called the Flats, and it's flat.
It's flat.
Hey, that would be beautiful country if it wasn't for all the fucking settlers that ruined the grasslands out there. Yeah,
the town that I live in is actually, it was settled by circus people. They So not a lot of attractive people around here.
Hold on. Hold on.
So is your family ex-circus folks from the 1800s?
Fuck, man, I wish. No, they're not.
Dalton, let me see your
they're
hands.
transplants.
Let me see your hands. Let me see if they're. Nope, they look like Carney hands.
Yeah.
Okay,
Everybody,
yeah.
if you're not watching, trust me, his hand had his fingers, his digits were about 1 inch long, if that.
Yeah.
Except
palms.
for his pinky finger, which was 7.5 inches.
Yeah, the gypsies love me, man.
So what kind of fishing do you have up? I don't know of any stuff up in the Northwest. Like we hear about Tulsa is probably the biggest area we hear about fishing on the
Is
fishing
that Lake
podcast.
Norman?
No, that's where I'm at. The closest lake we got Canton Lake, and they're real big on hybrids, which is bass and striper. mix. Yeah.
I think it's white
AKA
perch and striper.
strippers for people that don't know how to spell on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's white perch and striper together make a hybrid. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know how to fish, but they make some good food. They do it on
Hold
their
on.
belly or their backs, man.
That's got to be a new tagline. I got to figure out how to cut that. Listen, man, I don't know how fish fuck.
I don't. I ain't watching them. Are you guys?
Yeah, dude.
Of
We're
course.
bass
I mean, that's how
fishermen.
you
Yeah.
become a really good bass angler is you understand how they make babies.
I'm a
Or
catfish
that's
guy.
how you fuck a bass.
They squirt eggs out and then the male runs over there and evacuates.
I think it's all fish.
Yeah.
I think that's all
evacuates,
fish.
And there we go. And then you get baby fish afterwards.
We've all seen the episode of Magic School Bus.
Have you? Okay, wait. Now that you mention this, do you remember?
No?
I think it was like the second or third episode of Magic School Bus, the cartoon, the old school cartoon, right? Where they talk about your digestive system. Do you guys know what I'm talking about at all?
No.
I have no idea. I've never seen an episode of
There's
Magic
one
School Bus
where
that
the
I remember.
kids end up going down one of the other kids' mouths in the bus, and then they spend the whole episode trying to get shit out. And my kids thought it was really interesting in the beginning, but now that my oldest, she watched it like 3 weeks ago, and she goes, "Dad, is this just about pooping?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's just about pooping." Yeah, the whole episode is like them trying to find their way out of this kid's digestive system, and the easiest way was to shit it because they had gone into the intestines at that point.
Unless you ate some listeria, and then you're going to be oops and poops.
The one I was talking about. The one that I was talking about was all the kids are in the bus and they go down the river, and it's salmon breeding season, and they all get shit out the bus and their eggs, and then a male fish comes by and does his thing.
No fucking way. Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah, this is a real thing.
I fucking love Magic School Bus. Way to be unhinged for no reason possible. Like, no kid was like, I'd like to know the ins and outs of how fish fuck. Like, I mean,
was on that episode.
maybe some kids from Oklahoma,
Hey.
but other than that, like,
Hey, so down here in the South, we have the FFA ag class, and it is a true class that you take, right? And in
Really?
my grade when I was there, my mama taught at the school. We
My
had
mama said.
twins, a son and a daughter, Jason and Mandy. Both their parents taught at the school. We had another girl in our class. Her mama taught at the school. We had another kid in our class. His dad was the principal. Before that, his mom was the librarian. But in ag class, I think it was the 10th grade. It was 10th or 11th grade. I can't remember. And I believe it was when we were doing like cattle judging and this and that. And so Mr. Earl and his daughter Mandy, and his son Jason and me and all these people were in this class, right? And so part of one of the videos he shows is the birds and the bees. And if you've seen the birds and the bees, this is what it was. And when he starts the
that's
video,
what it was.
before he starts the video, he says, "Look, y'all are old enough. We don't need any, don't need comments or anybody saying anything. Just watch the video, blah, blah, blah." And anyway, it gets to the point where there's two monkeys having sexual relations. and somebody in the class goes, "Get it, boy." And Mr. Earl
there is.
pauses it. He's in the back of in the front of the classroom. We're watching in the back of the classroom, and he pauses it and goes, "Huh, John." John says no. He's going down the line of the 3 kids that have parents there because he knows who said it. He goes, "Paul." I said, "No, sir." And he gets to his son, Jason. And he says, "Jason?" And he doesn't say anything. He says, "Office now." And he takes his son, Jason, to his office through a wall and a door. And all we hear is him slam the door and is screaming at him. His son was the one that ruined everything.
I love it.
Jumped out and was screaming and hollering at him the whole time. But the birds and bees was always the thing that everybody looked forward to watching the FFA. You know, that's the thing about, let's bring it back to fishing, right? If the fish didn't have fish sex, then we wouldn't have the fish to catch.
Right. Okay.
And so sex is
You're
important.
cooking, Paul. You're cooking,
Sex is,
Paul.
all right, listen to me now. Sex is important. Sex is important in nature because without it, we don't have reproduction. And without reproduction, we don't have shit to catch, kill, and eat.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with fish is they reproduce faster, especially bass. They reproduce faster than we're eating them right now. And a majority and a majority of our fisheries have little fish in them because you assholes have talked so much shit and been so mean to the bucket brigades that nobody's keeping fish anymore. And now we all got small fish because ain't nobody eating enough. Bass. We're talking about bass.
That's not a Bass and Brews approved message.
I didn't know I was coming to a panel of scientists.
Yeah, there's no science
You have
here.
no idea. We dive into the science of
No,
fishing
we don't.
better than any podcast out there, and we have yet to have a biologist on.
Yeah.
What we do
don't need
is
it. We don't need it. I have the internet.
We take all the information from the other podcasts that we listen to,
Yeah.
and then we bring it on,
Regurgitate it.
and regurgitate it
Yeah.
like we know what the fuck's going on, but we do because we've listened to all the biologists talk about it. So, in effect, we're
scientists.
biologists.
100%.
We are. We're
yeah.
biologists.
Okay.
We're fish
Yeah.
biologists to be exact.
Listen, Bass and Brews, we can guarantee 2 things. 1, that we're the #1 podcast in the Panama Canal. And 2, we're basically biologists. So
We are.
poor Dalton. Poor Dalton's like, man, he's
Why
like, I
did
listened to 2 and they were okay. Hey, Dalton, before you came on, did you listen to any of our shows?
Or did
I
you just
listened to
message
like
on that
30
one
minutes.
post?
I
Okay.
listened to 30 minutes. I saw you guys post on my TikTok feed. I'm like, oh, these guys seem like cool people to talk to. And
Whoops.
here I am.
And then he said,
What,
"Here I am."
what episode did you listen to?
I don't know. I whatever popped up first on Google.
Okay. All
They were
right.
talking about kayak fishing.
Okay, we'll take it. I always worry. I won't go deep into it because I think we talked about it last episode when Paul was talking to some people and he was like, "Hey, we don't want these people to listen to our most recent episode. Can we give them like good episodes? And not that our episodes, but like at that point, the most recent one was like the Bigfoot one with Mike from Shadow Big Red Eye. So it's always we mentioned way earlier the commenter who like he was fucking pissed at us. He did not like us. Gives a 1-star review and a bad review, right? I don't think he was a fan who just messed up the rules. I think he was a dude who got super confused. And I want to know, this guy was like, man, I'm gonna hear about craft beers and fucking bass fishing. And he listens to the episode where we talk about shrimping and not Yeah, we're talking about, toilet paper and pubic hair. That's what we're talking about, not actually anything to do with fishing.
Yeah.
Why was he mad?
Dude, he was fucking pissed. It's so good. He was so mad about it.
I don't know.
And he listened to like 3 episodes and was just fucking livid. And I want to know,
He was not happy.
again, if you're out there, buddy, I want to know what 3 episodes you listened to that made you so angry to leave us a review. Like,
I will hey to back up a little bit about not cracking beers. We've heard a little tidbit here and there, and here
Yeah, we gotta
recently
start
we've
back.
had some more tidbits about folks missing us cracking the beers at the beginning of the episode. But here's we need to start doing that, but I can't drink a lot of beer because I got really fat and it fucks my stomach up. But we do need to start doing. I can power through one. We need to start in the future in the next few episodes.
Cracking
we need to
beers.
start cracking beers.
We will.
Again.
Dalton, you're here to keep us accountable that we are going to start cracking beers in future episodes.
And so far
you're
doing
going to.
Yeah, and so far you're doing a terrible job keeping us accountable for staying on schedule for the questions that we ask you because we have diverted from those numerous times.
I forgot that was my responsibility. I'm
yeah.
You're from Oklahoma, but you're wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers hat.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they got
And you
bandwagon jumpers everywhere.
And
We don't have an NFL team. It's where my family's actually from. We're not carnival people. All
Okay,
right?
you said you were a transplant. Okay, you said you were a transplant to Oklahoma. Where from?
Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. It's right outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, do you know Jake Harshman?
No, I don't.
It's okay.
You know
You don't
Paige?
need to know him.
Do you know Paige?
For the love of trees.
No, her name's not For the Love of Trees. Hey, Fish Talk family, quit changing your fucking names. Because I know you by one name and then you fucking change it up. Paige went from For the Love of Trees. She changed it For the Love of Fish. I get it. It went from like weed to fish is what I think that transition was. But also like Fish Mama Chris changed it to, I don't even know what the fuck it is.
She changed her name?
Yeah, she changed it to at like Fish. I can't remember. She when she was on the episode, she told us. Remember, Paul? And we were like, "Fuck you, we're gonna call you Fish Mama Chris."
I don't remember anything.
But anyways, hey guys, we know you by a name.
Hey,
quit.
If anybody on TikTok recently has got into the Catherine Asplund TikToks, if you haven't, go search Catherine with a K, Asplund, like the tree company.
Okay.
Big deal. And change your name to some variation of Catherine Asplund. So the not real Catherine Asplund can never get no Catherine Asplund.
Oh, I
name.
like it. Hey, Dalton, speaking of TikTok, now we're moving all over the place here. I love it. Hey, what are you going to do when it gets banned?
I'm going to get my porn somewhere else. Like
solid. He's like, I'm going to get my thirst traps from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're on TikTok. Like you're on TikTok. You're gonna move to YouTube.
Hey, speaking of that, I mentioned it last episode. YouTube Shorts right now is what TikTok was 2 years ago.
It's so bad.
If you go on TikTok Shorts and start scrolling, you're gonna get boobies and crotches.
Yep.
Like every fourth or fifth swipe before you get whatever the hell else you're looking at.
And then you're gonna get me releasing a fish in reverse and saying that I caught it without a lure.
I will say, look, YouTube is the wild west of the short version of stuff right now.
Yeah.
It is absolutely insane. You can damn near put anything on YouTube Shorts right now and be golden.
But Paul can't play 10 seconds of a fucking song, because you'll get a copyright strike.
Unless it's AI.
Pull your balls out. It's fine.
Yeah, right. Hey, let's get to a serious question, Dalton. We're like 40 minutes into this. It doesn't even feel like it. It's an awesome sign.
That's what she said.
Hey,
it's been
we like to play a really immature game on this show, and it's called Marry, Fuck, Kill. Have you ever heard of this game?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to give you 3 options, right? And you've got to choose one to marry, one to fuck, one to kill.
Okay.
And your options are Bigfoot, Loch Ness, or aliens. And I want you to kind of give us a little description. I mean, you're a comedian. Let's hear this freestyle comedian flow.
All right, so.
You just said freestyle.
Oh shit. I'm not a rapper.
Paul's gonna rap in about 15 minutes.
So the alien I'm gonna marry because I feel like they can teach me something. And
sure. Yeah.
Like they know more because their big heads, like the giant brain right there. I'm gonna fuck Bigfoot, and then I'm gonna marry Loch Ness.
Hold on, you're gonna fuck Bigfoot. Okay.
Yes, I'm fucking Bigfoot.
It's the bows. It's the bows.
Yeah, that's
not
what
only
gets
that.
me.
It's
the painted fingernails.
And hey, it is the blanket hiding the goodies. It is
Yeah,
leaving
it is.
something.
Classic.
It's leaving everything to the imagination.
Wait.
It's like
So
a
you
little
said
present in there.
you said you're gonna fuck aliens, marry Bigfoot, and then kill Nessie.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
So I'm gonna marry the aliens. I'm
Okay.
gonna fuck Bigfoot. I'm gonna marry Loch Ness.
no.
you
It's
can't
marry.
You can
fuck,
only
kill.
do one of each.
Yeah.
Man, I already forgot what I picked. I know I'm
Somebody
fucking
had-
Bigfoot because she was hot.
Okay. Well, tell me
Um,
this. So you're having sexual relations with Bigfoot.
Mhm.
It is 2024. Do 2024 Bigfoots, do they have a bush? Do they have a landing strip?
Oh.
Or are they clean shaven?
I
Oh,
think they got a
boy.
bush, man. I think
You
they
think-
have to. It's Bigfoot.
You don't think that they trim up some hair nether regions?
It's either way, it's gonna be blurry, so you really can't tell.
It's gonna be blurry. Like even when you're fucking Bigfoot, it's still fucking blurry.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what kind of
That was a,
fishing
that was
do
a
you
Mitch
mainly
Hedberg
do?
joke.
What a fucking take.
Catfish.
He just told
mainly
you.
catfish.
Mainly
Yeah.
catfish. Because
Yeah, you guys ever been noodling?
No,
I have
you
not.
Noodle?
I have not. Let's talk
Sometimes.
about noodling. Sometimes.
Okay. You go underwater, you stick your hand in a hole, and the catfish bites you, and you pull it out.
Do you
What happens
guys
if
not
there's a
have
turtle?
Exactly?
It
Do you guys
bites
not
you?
have?
And then what happens? Like, I mean,
You're
Does
missing
it
a
take-
digit.
okay.
I don't
Does
know.
it happen
man.
to you?
No, it hadn't. I still got all 10. We're good.
Hold
They're
on.
short, but they're there.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it's okay.
This is a real fucking thing. You're like, man, it's a Saturday. It's a beautiful day. I'd love to just unwind a
Let's
little
go
bit.
fishing.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's go fishing.
all right.
You tell your buddies. You all show up. You guys show up, crush a 30-pack of Bush fucking peach
You getting
beer, right?
You're
And
getting
you
it?
guys are like, man, you know what would make this even better? And they're like, what's that, Dalton? See that kind of like fishy hole? And they're like, oh, yeah, man, maybe drop a jig in there. And he goes, no, I'm just going to shove my fucking hand in it.
Yeah. It's live in the middle of nowhere. You got to make something up, you know? Like,
No.
yeah,
What's the biggest noodle catfish you caught?
probably 35 pounds.
No,
All right.
That's it.
that's fucking
So-
insane. That's a big fish.
So what if the catfish is turned? How do you try to turn it, or are they always facing out?
Well, usually they got 2 holes to their little home, and somebody goes around back and fucks with it a little bit, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
then
mean, if
they
it's
turn
turned,
around.
you
So
just
somebody-
shove your finger. in
So
something's
somebody
ass.
messes with the back hole, and you go into the front hole to
Yeah.
get okay.
Yeah, you got to get it airtight to get it out.
Oh, fucking airtight.
So all right. Like I've got some buddies that go noodling and shit, and I've seen it obviously. Is the idea is for them to get to open their mouth and they clamp on to your hand and then you pull them out, or are you trying to kind of like lip them you would a bass or something?
I try to lip them because I don't really know. Like it's a risky game because you're going in there and you're like,
Could
hey,
be a
something in
fucking
there.
turtle.
It could be a turtle. It could be a snake. It could be a beaver. You don't know. That's what makes it fun. That's why you got to drink the 30-pack beforehand.
I will, going back to our thirst traps, I will never understand the lady noodler thirst traps where dudes are like, oh my God, you look so, hot. As her, like, she's got her fucking fist down a fish. And then they're like, the other pictures were better. And you like look on Instagram and it's like her whole arm bruised. And I'm like, bro, this guy should be put on a fucking watch list.
Alex is
Like,
just
why
mad
are you-
because they will go noodling and he never will.
It's been a while since I've gone, if I'm being honest. It's probably been
So
5
then how do you
years.
all right, so
Okay.
then how do you catch your catfish typically?
Usually fucking cut bait.
Got
Throwing
Are you
down
on a
chicken.
Carolina rig, or you on a float rig, or a knocker rig? What are you on?
I'm usually on a bobber with a good hook at the end of it with some cut bait on it. Got a big ass weight, and I don't know, man. I'm more of a fucking hunter than I am a fisherman. Like
Gotcha.
my dad died when I was young, you know, and really didn't teach me much. So
Why are you
Hold
laughing?
on,
at
I-
that?
I
That's
feel
sad
like
as fuck.
fishing-
Why are you laughing?
It was.
That's
It was
very
a little
sad.
my
Yeah, but I feel-
when I
My
do
dad
stand-up,
died. He didn't
my-
teach me much. Ha ha ha.
like my opening bits. Usually, I lost my father at a young age, and everybody's all sad, and I go, I still haven't found him.
Okay. A little dark humor. I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah. He's been dead longer than I've been alive, so
Mm.
you know,
Okay.
it's fine. I mean, it makes me sad, but it's whatever.
Well, that's where comedy comes in, right? That's where we
Yeah.
get our feelings out,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
that that's your way of dealing with it. That's how it makes you feel good about yourself and happy, and so that's how you bring up those memories too, huh?
Yeah, I tried going to therapy to fix it, but it made me less funny, so I stopped going.
Fucking A. Hey, also, not an approved message from Bass and Brews. I was about to say, how did you get into the comedy deal?
I've always, if I'm being honest, like it's always been there for me. Like I've
Right.
always been able to listen to stand up and laugh. And I thought, hey, I'm gonna try this. And then I realized, hey, if I can make somebody forget about their fucking shitty life for 10 minutes, I'm doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of why I've been in it for a little bit. I love
How
it.
long?
Like
How long?
5 years.
About 5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
not like a small amount of time. I mean, we haven't seen you on Netflix.
No, probably won't, but
No offense to Dalton, but everybody gets a Netflix special. But
they do.
he's-
They do. Especially if
No.
you're pregnant and Asian.
Oh yeah, what was her name that was just on? Anyways, no, yeah. Did you so you just started like because I know guys and I know, listen, everybody, I know there's like 9 million really funny podcasts, and they're gonna talk about, most of them are by comedians, and they're gonna talk about the whole craft of being a comedian in depth. And at this point, I think there's probably fucking too many of them. Like, I get it, go get yours.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely, I get that, right? But at some point, it's like, I get the whole shtick. I've got it now because you guys have explained it for the last 2 years in depth, right? But like, how did you start? Did you do just like an open night?
Yeah. Yeah, I just did an open mic and fell in love with it. And if you do one open mic, they tell you about more of them, and you go do those, and you keep doing them. Eventually, you get showcased, and then I'm not a headliner by any means, but
So you're
Did
saying
you-
if you do an open mic and they don't tell you about any other open mics coming up,
You're not
they
funny.
don't want you around
yeah,
anymore?
yeah, that's what that means.
Is your comedy based around hunting and fishing and outdoor shit, or is it just
I got some jokes about hunting and fishing.
I'm gonna be an asshole. Hey, tell me your hunting joke. Like, no
okay.
setup or nothing. Like, give me your shtick.
Yeah, I got a story about I was going hunting with my grandfather in Pennsylvania, and we come to the crest of this hill, and he goes, "Hey Dalton, do you like black licorice?" And I'd never had it before. I was about 11 at the time. I go, "Yeah, sure," and he pulls down his pants and takes a shit.
Fuck, man, your grandpa would be friends with mine.
Yeah. A few years ago, he wanted to try weed, and he only tried it once.
All right, what happened?
Hold on,
What happened?
Did you record that? I would have been recording the fuck out of that.
No, man, I was stoned too, and I thought that I was killing my grandpa.
What happened to Grandpa that he was done? Like, what was this trip?
We had just gotten legal weed in Oklahoma. And the first thing he says to me when he gets off the plane is, "Hey, your mom says that you have this medical marijuana card." I'm like, "Okay, what about it?" He goes, "I want to try it." I'm like, "Okay, have you ever tried it at all?" He goes, No, I haven't. So, how about we get some of them brownies and try it? I'm like, "That's a bad idea. How about we try smoking it first?" And he said, "About 30 years ago, I went to a hypnotist and to help me quit smoking. And it worked." And he said, "If I ever smoke anything of any kind ever again, I'd pick it right back up."
Okay.
So I kept trying and trying to get him not doing edible, but I got 4 200 milligram brownies. I break them off a quarter.
Hold on, Dalton.
What?
Do you guys not have gummies in Oklahoma?
Hey, this was when it was new. All right.
Wait, so you were like, "Hey, Grandpa, you've never done this. I'm just gonna break a
Here's
quarter
50.
off a." Yeah, right. Like, it's a 200 milligram. Here's 50 milligrams off the jump.
I guarantee you, Dalton didn't go weigh that shit and give him a weighed quarter
that
of
was
it
a
either.
fucked up
No,
quarter.
no, I
That was a
didn't.
fucked up quarter. That
Well,
looked like
Broke it off. That's
looked
probably
like when you're-
85.
That looked like when your mom was cutting a block of cheese for your sandwich. It was all fucking like thick on one side, thin on the other one. It was that same fucking thing as what Dalton cut out for him.
Yeah. Well, he about 30 minutes go by and he goes, "I'm not feeling anything. I don't think this is working."
Oh no,
So,
danger.
Yeah. And I say, just wait a little bit. Just wait. He goes,
Okay,
"No."
good. Thank you, Dalton.
He doesn't wait a little bit. Yeah. He finishes the rest of the 3/4 of the brownie.
Oh,
So he's got 200 milligrams in.
Oh,
About
boy.
45 minutes go by. I think the first one's starting to kick in. We're playing video games, having a grand old time.
Hold on.
And,
what video game are you playing with your grandpa before
we were playing Doom. We were playing Doom. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He's a big Doom fan. But,
all right.
Yeah,
he's having fun. He's having fun.
Uh-huh.
He's laughing, having a good time. He goes, "I think I like this. I'm going to do this more often." I'm like, "Okay, all right."
When the first 50 kicked in, first 50
about,
to 80 kicked in, somewhere in there.
About 30 more minutes go by, and he goes, "I think I want to lay down." I go, "Why?" He goes, I think I'm dying." No, you're not. You're not dying. Well, he has me go get my mom, and she checks his pulse, his heart rate, his blood pressure, all that shit. She slaps him on the head and goes, "You're fine. You're just stoned." But he was having a rough time, man. I do not recommend getting stoned with your grandpa. It is a nightmare.
No, hold on.
Off on 200 milligrams, dude.
Listen,
you sent him to fucking space.
I told him, man. I tried talking him out of it. I really did. I tried my hardest.
On. You just do you just lie to him. You just fucking lie to him. Listen, Bass and Brews approves of getting your grandpa high on 10 milligrams maximum.
That's a good starting dose.
What happened the next day? Did he wake up and was like, "Don't ever do that to me again"?
He woke up. He woke up a Rastafarian. Fucking super into weed.
Yeah, he's real into. He keeps going back, man. No, yeah, he hadn't really fucked with it since. He was like,
"You
dragon in that cave can live there." You know?
No shit. Oh my god.
That's like back in the day when like my dad got caught smoking cigarettes by my grandma. She sat him down and gave him these unfiltered cigarettes and made him smoke them one at a time. And he got like halfway through a pack and started, throwing up. This is fucking child abuse nowadays, and it should be. And it's
Even
the same
back
thing.
then
It's the same thing. That's how you got your grandpa to say, "To hell with doing the twerb anymore."
Uh-huh.
It's
he wasn't a fan.
It's fully legal in New Jersey, right? So
Nice.
my mother-in-law keeps asking me and my wife, everybody knows her, Amanda, the mail lady, but Amandy. No, I call her Amanda. Anyways, but they keep asking her. She keeps asking like, "Hey, like, good. I don't have to hear from her." But she keeps going like, "Oh, I want to try some, but I don't want to do it by myself." Like, and so we've asked my father-in-law, Dave. Shout out to you, Dave. Everybody should have a Dave in their life. Dave is so fucking handy.
That's my grandpa's name.
No fucking shit. Yeah. Like, Dave is the handiest guy ever, to where when I got a hole in my roof, he was in Ireland on vacation and walked me through how to patch it up for 2 days until he showed up. Right? Like, he's a handy guy. Like, Marie, my mother-in-law, is going to the home.
Oh my God, dude.
That's your grandma?
My grandpa's wife's name.
Oh my God, y'all have the same grandma and grandpa.
We might be related. We might fucking be.
Yeah. We might be. You never know.
And he's from Pennsylvania, which isn't far from where you are. You're closer to PA than Jersey.
No, he's way on the other side of PA. I'm in Jersey.
But that doesn't mean that they weren't fooling around in PA.
But like,
they could have had an early pregnancy. How old are you, Dalton?
I'm 28.
So they could have had a Mandy. They could have had a Mandy and then had Dalton. They could have had a Mandy. Yeah, gave him up for adoption. Ooh, y'all need to do 23andMe.
That'd be funny as shit. But
that'd be cool.
Like,
oh my God, Dalton would have to then be a third co-host on Bass and Brews because his family,
a permanent co-host.
Yeah. He'd have to record with his podcasting equipment though. Not
okay, I'll do that for you next time.
But like, push comes to shove, Marie's going in the home right away, but I'm keeping Dave in our house forever Because even if he's old and senile, he's going to be able to fix shit. Like, he's taught me so much about just fixing stuff, right? Like, but anyway, so she's like, I want somebody to do it with. And she's talking to Amanda, and she's like, but your dad won't do it. So she looks at me, and she goes, Alex, do you think you could slip it to him? And I'm like, are you trying to get me to drug your fucking husband? Because this man can go like, he says it all the time. I can count on 2 hands how many times I've been drunk. Like, he doesn't drink. He's
he
at
does
9.
not need to be slipped anything. He does not need to be tricked.
Listen, hey,
No
Bass
tricks.
and Brews, hit us up on socials or hit us up at bassandbrews@gmail.com. I just want to know if we should drug my father-in-law because, I mean, it's legal here. And I'm not going to fuck him or anything, so it's not date rape. I'd really like to know. I do want to know what Dave would do high because I feel like he would be like your grandfather. Like, he would just be like, your grandfather took 200 milligrams. That's a big boy portion. That's not
He took a heroic dose.
Yeah.
How
He
many
took,
did you take? Did you like, fuck it, Grandpa? I'm
he
gonna
double
took
that.
2 brownies.
Yeah.
He took
400.
2 brownies. Yeah, exactly. Like Grandpa took the medicated dose, which is like people that needed, like the not
cancer
fun
and stuff.
dose. Exactly. That's fucking gnarly, man. I do want to like get Dave high again. I want to record it though. I want to watch the process, just like the Jean-Claude Van Damme that you guys want to see. I want to watch. And I don't know how nobody's like cornered this market on social media. I would love to watch old people who've never done weed do weed now that it's becoming super legal everywhere. That's the content I want to see online.
We should get both. We should get your father-in-law and my grandpa to do it together. 2 Daves and a doobie, and just record it.
Oh, Bo. 2 days in a doobie.
Oh my God, no!
That's a live too. We're doing it live on YouTube and TikTok.
Honestly, we don't even do it once. We make it a whole fucking series. We just profit off these old fucks.
That'd be cool. My grandpa likes fixing shit too. So like,
they're the same person.
Hold on. Here's the idea. We get them high as fuck, right? And then we give them a problem. Like, hey, the toilet's running. Can you fix it? And then they got to like fix the problem. And they're both doing it in real time, trying to fix the problem. Or like, hey,
make them change out the
flange.
flange.
Exactly.
Are we going to sabotage the toilet beforehand, or like?
Yeah, you got to tear the toilet.
okay.
You got to cut the flange so it has to be replaced.
They're going to be like, who put pool balls in here?
And then
throw upper decker in too.
When they ask
who
about the pool
top?
balls, when they ask about the pool balls, we go, "What pool balls?" Just to fuck with their head, like they're just
what are you guys talking about. Just gaslight them while they're stoned.
Oh, there's nothing better. Actually, I want to be honest here. There's nothing better than gaslighting old people. It's like I was super drunk on my 40th birthday, like we talked about earlier at the beginning on Saturday, and I decided to just gaslight Dave the whole time. I did nothing but mention like things that were going to trigger him when I knew all my friends were around just to watch him react. And I feel really bad, but it's just like, it's funny as shit. Like, and I can't even imagine him high.
How were you triggering him though? What were you saying?
Well, we have rules on the show and we don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I got
exactly. You. But you know where I'm going with that. And that's how I triggered him.
I got it.
Yeah. So it was just as much as possible of that. And
hey,
it's
Dalton,
really me.
Hey, Dalton, so you said you don't do as much fishing as you do hunting. Do you do some turkey hunting up in Oklahoma?
I do.
Okay, because turkey hunting, do y'all have what's the Texas?
We got the Rio Grandes here.
Yeah, the Rio Grande.
Okay.
Yeah. So y'all got Rio Grande. Is that what you have? Is the Rio Grande up in your area?
Not the river, but the turkey, yeah.
Yeah, I know now. I just said I prefaced this by turkey hunting.
Dalton's a fancy Southerner. He was like, listen, let me make sure this fucking Carolina boy understands what I'm talking about.
I'm not Alex. I know where the Rio Grande is.
Yeah, it's in Rio.
Brazil.
Something about birds.
Yeah. I watched that fucking movie with my kids. Not a big deal.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, I've never had
God dang it. Let me finish, Alex. Shit, you're interrupting me so bad I can't interrupt you.
What's your tricky question?
Can I finish?
Yeah, go.
What is your favorite animal to hunt?
Whitetail.
Y'all got big whitetail up there, or what are we
They're
talking
okay. They're okay size. So the does get fat, but for some reason there's like this that's been going around where you go to gut them and field dress them, and they're just full of worms.
Oh,
I
I don't know
no.
what's going on there, but it's been happening a lot. Well, to
That's
me it
fucking
is,
not
but
Yeah.
about? So,
past
do you-
3 years, every woman I've shot's had fucking worms.
And you can't eat
they-
that, right?
yeah, are you not eating
I
it? Or
don't
are you
know.
able to clean it?
I still eat them.
Well, I mean, usually with worms and stuff like that, if you cook it to 155, 160 degrees, you're good to go. But it is a little weird. But it's all you're talking about, like tapeworm and shit, worms in their gut, not necessarily
No.
worms in the meat.
Oh.
Worm in the meat too.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
like all. It's not even in their guts. It's like they hang out around their liver, and then the whole cavity is full, like all around the rib cage.
Wow.
It's
Oh.
weird.
Yeah, it's
Well,
weird.
Listen, as a amateur, well, not even amateur, professional biologist,
Yeah.
if you
Something's
keep
wrong
eating,
there.
if you keep eating that, you're gonna turn into a zombie. But I mean,
Okay,
that's cool.
well,
That's cool.
You
That's fine.
be a biologist. I'll do a science experiment and be a scientist and figure out some shit. All right?
No, I mean that's fine. That's fine. Listen, we've never had a pre-zombie transition person on the show, so thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm transitioning right now as we speak.
I wanted so back to turkey though. All right, so I don't hunt. We
Well, hold on.
I grew up.
Hold on,
Go ahead,
time
Paul.
out. Let's get the turkeys that people hunt out of the way. So in the Carolina and
Finish my
Georgia
fucking-
regions, you've got the eastern turkey, which is your
Mhm.
typical turkey that you see. You get down in Florida, you got the Osceola, which is apparently the hardest turkey to hunt. And then you got the Rio Grande turkey out in your neck of the woods, which they say is the dumbest fucking turkey out there, but it's still a turkey. And turkeys
right.
are smart as shit. So, all right,
They are.
Alex, go ahead.
Okay, thanks for that, biologist jabberhammer. Thank you.
Well, we led with we are biologists on here, so we have to
no,
talk
you're right.
scientifically.
You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. So
You
when you're
should.
hunting Turkeus gobulus, right? That's the technical term for a turkey. if you didn't know. Hey, so I grew up in a family that didn't really hunt. I mean, kind of. They hunted bear. That was it.
Okay.
So
All right.
and
Weird flex, but okay.
Right. Yeah. Weird flex. So they did bear and then fishing only. Right. So turkey, I want to know. So for me as a non-hunter, I only eat turkey on fucking Thanksgiving. There's no way, unless I'm at a Renaissance fair, that I'm eating a fucking turkey. Like, is there a different taste to like a wild caught turkey to a store-bought one?
It's a lot tougher. I'll tell you that. Not as much
So it's
fat on them.
worse. So it's worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, what I like to do is I like to make crock pot chicken pot pie. I
Okay.
just throw the legs in there.
All right.
I let them fall off the bone. Throw a can of biscuits on top. It's fucking delicious.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'd be all about that. That's good as shit.
Mhm.
But yeah, like turkey's not something that I crave throughout the year, unless
Likewise,
it's November.
I don't.
Or I mean October, because in New Jersey we have Wawa's, which is a convenience store, and they do a turkey gobbler where they shove turkey with gravy, stuffing, and cranberry on a fucking hoagie roll, and you eat
I
it
don't
as
need
a
Viagra
sandwich.
tonight. That sounds
Right.
great.
Dude, it's amazing. Listen, and not only that, they've really escalated it within the last like 7 years. They took the KFC brand where they said, fuck the bread. We're just going to put it in a bowl with mashed potatoes as well.
Here you
So
go,
it's
Toby.
mass-
Eat it.
Exactly. Right. Like back in the day, you know, who obviously, I mean, you do comedy, maybe you don't. So Patton Oswalt did this thing back in the day
Yeah.
where he talked about the KFC stuffer bowl, where he's just like, just fucking eat it, fatty. You're gonna eat
Yeah.
it, right? It's the fucking same thing, but everybody does that in the New Jersey area. You're gonna eat from October through November. You're gonna eat these gobbler either bowl or hoagies, and they're fucking delicious, right? But I'm never, other than that, it's never like March and I'm like, man, you know what I'm craving? a fucking
one's-
thick slice of turkey. Like,
But here's the other thing too: is the wild turkeys that we hunt, they taste, and the meat looks nothing like the fucking turkey we
Yeah.
eat. for
well, he just
Thanksgiving.
said he
Completely
said it
different.
tastes
Yeah.
worse. He
It's,
said
it's
it tastes
completely
worse.
different. You can't, people. It is completely different meat. Matter of fact, it's a completely different fucking animal.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
them never flies, never sees the light of day until that bitch is on the truck going to the meat processor.
Around
and then the other one
Thanksgiving.
is a wild ass animal. I mean, it's just
I got it.
like if people get if I were to kill a turkey and bring over all my friends, hey, we're having deep fried wild turkey tonight. Oh yeah, deep fried turkey. Look, it would taste good, but it would not. Most of the people that I would invite over would be like, something's wrong with this fucking turkey because
Gotcha.
it ain't the same. It ain't the same at all.
Gotcha. But why are dudes so obsessed with it? Is it because? So how do you hunt them?
I'm
Do you
gonna
do it
tell
with
you,
a
I'm gonna-
Bowie knife? You're not a hunter, Paul. He is.
bullshit.
And he's
I
our
love
guest.
turkey hunting is my most
our
favorite
guest.
thing. And I'll
He's
tell
our
you,
guest, Paul. Shut up.
hunting turkey
Nobody cares
is one
about
of
your
the
opinion.
hardest things out there. Them motherfuckers are something else to hunt, and you don't get a rush with any other hunting. I've never hunted bears or moose or elk, which are different. But
Same.
in general, when you're down here in the southeastern part of the United States, the turkey, you don't get a rush. Like you make your little call.
Calling them in, so much
And
fun.
boom.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite part of it.
And then
Yeah.
they're 20 yards from you in a tree line, and you can't see it. And then they pop off and gobble.
Yeah.
And that shit rattles.
What is
your
that? What do
fucking
they
soul.
do, Paul? What do they do, Paul? Perfect.
It
Thank you.
rattles
Solid.
your soul, and when it comes out and it's strutting, and it's gobbling 20 yards from you, man, it rattles your guts. It is something unbelievable. That's, to answer your question, that's mine. Dalton,
Okay.
what's yours?
The reason why I like it so much,
Mm-hmm.
you nailed it on the head, man. Like, it's just the feeling, dude. Like, you calling them in, like, you feel like you're doing something. Like, you can
Mhm.
use deer calls and they don't fucking work. Rattling works, but it's just different. What I like to do is like to go find a good tree to sit by with some about 3 foot tall grass, and just call them. And then you hear one, and you keep calling, and it keeps getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah.
By the time it's close enough, you got to pee, so you take a break.
That's right.
By the time it's close enough, you're so amped up, like, holy shit, it worked.
Yeah.
I sounded like a bird that wants to fuck, and here it comes trying to fuck me, but I'm gonna kill it.
So what he just described is
I'm a
every
sexy
dude.
turkey bitch.
He described every dude at a strip club. Like, if I put, like, when you're on that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think all of us have been to one, right? When you're on that round, the main stage, and you're trying to throw money out to get the girl to come closer to you, right? And you're calling them. You're calling them.
Mhm.
You're calling them. And then you're like, oh shit, this one wants to fuck. This is awesome. I mean, she doesn't, because it's a stripper. But anyways, yeah. So
Could
it's the
be
same
like
thing, I
my
guess.
friend that gave his number to a stripper at
No.
his bachelor's
No.
party and said, I just
No.
wanted to make sure I still had it. And we're like, what the fuck are you? What? Bo, that's not how it works at a strip club, buddy.
Oh,
You don't have it.
No. I mean, no, he does have it, because guess what? Everybody has it. It's a strip club. Like, as long as you have money, you have it. You could literally look like Smiley Outdoors and be the biggest pimp as long as you got a fat stack of fucking ones.
Well, strip club, they're $2 bills. They don't do $1 in the South. They give you $2 bills.
What?
Really?
Yes. What?
What?
You didn't know
What?
this? In the South.
No.
Now, I haven't been to a strip club in fucking 15 years, 18
Yeah,
years.
me
somewhere in there.
neither.
But no, they down south, when you would go get money, they gave you $2 bills if you had to get money from them.
That's
They
fucking
gave you
weak.
$2 bills.
Hey, Paul, you want to hear a funny story?
No,
When I first met Amanda.
only if it's from Dalton.
Okay, so I met.
She was at a
when I
strip
first-
club.
No. So, well, hold on. So We
Uh-oh.
met on a group date at Chili's, right?
I
And
want my baby back
mhm.
ribs. I want my baby back ribs.
And then-
Baby back ribs.
We're gonna get
in my
copyrighted.
belly.
we're gonna get copyrighted again.
Nope, that was 4 seconds.
So we met on a group date, and then we were chit-chatting on the phone afterwards, right? And then she was like, hey, come down to Atlantic City, because I lived right outside, so did she. And at that point, I wasn't even 21 yet. I was 20 when I met her. And the only place I could fucking get into to have a drink with this lady I'm trying to court was a fucking strip club. Amanda also hates it when I tell this fucking story. Because I'm like, yeah, I met my wife at a strip club. And everybody's like, oh, shit, she was dancing. But no, it was the only place I can get into. And it was
Did it have
fucking
an
cool.
all-you-can-eat buffet?
It did, but it closed at 4 p.m. and we were there at 8. Yeah.
See, that's the other thing about Southern strip clubs is they have the best all-you-can-eat
Best buffets. 100%.
Breakfast ones are where it's at.
Yo, dude, shout out to Philly, Strip Club Row. We used to do all our all hands meetings in my department in the Coast Guard. We would do them all at this one strip club because they had the best omelet fucking bar. It was like 8:30 in the morning, and there's like girls dancing to bring you your fucking hash browns as you've got a fresh omelet there. And it was $9 all you could eat omelets. It was fucking amazing.
You know what that reminds me of? Of my most favorite song ever. How you like them eggs, girl? Fried or fertilized? Fried or fertilized? How you like them eggs, girl? Fried or fertilized?
You know what we're not going to get copyrighted? We did a song earlier for the ladies. I have a song for the boys right now. You guys ready?
Ooh, yeah.
Catching some food on the pontoon, just drinking and floating and even motorboating. Catching some food on the pontoon. After we've been sipping, I better see some nipping. I'm talking about letting those big old nippies out. You can use this penis as a float, it's pretty stout. Pass me another beer of the motorboat to stay clear, cause I'm catching some food on the pontoon. I'm catching some food on...
Man.
Paul, did you end that early? You did.
No, I didn't. I
You
didn't
did.
touch it.
Oh, was that it?
No, I didn't.
Mm.
That's don't replay that motherfucker. Jeez, man.
No,
You
not
know,
gonna-
Walker
Songs are too
Jr.
long.
better
We only
watch
need
out.
10 seconds.
What?
AI is going to come for
What?
us.
They are.
Yeah, they are going to.
It's gonna be sticky.
Hey, speaking of fishing,
Oh,
Alex, I've got a tournament this weekend.
you do. I know.
And-
I know. Don't fucking do it
And
again,
a
Paul.
couple tournaments
got it.
ago, we did
got it.
on the water updates, and
They
people
were funny
loved it.
because you were sad.
And
Nobody
they
cares
loved
about
it.
you being happy. Nobody cares about. Listen, everybody,
Whoa,
drop us. Hold on. Drop me a DM on all our socials. You guys know what it is, or at bassandbrews@gmail.com. On if you want to hear a happy Paul tournament recap on the water or the sad one, because I'm going to tell you what, I heard the happy one. It wasn't enjoyable.
Well, nobody else knows if they enjoyed it or not
Yeah.
because you didn't post it.
I didn't.
And I'm
Well,
sitting
you
here
can
trying to
post it.
figure out if I'm
Hold
going
on,
to take
fuck
time
off.
out of my
Fuck off.
day
Yeah,
to give
do it.
these updates
Yeah,
this
that's
next
fine.
tournament.
You should.
Mhm.
Because
You
you're not
should.
going to post it. Like, I'm
Fuck
tournament
off. You
fishing.
can-
Every second is important.
Good.
And you're not. If
Post
you're not
it.
going to post it, I'm not going to do it. I
No, no.
don't. It's,
Listen,
I'm upset
Send
about
it to
this.
me, but you could also post it your fucking self. You have the passwords to my bank account, the YouTube, fucking everything else. You could do it yourself too, Paul.
I'm on
Let's
the
do it
water
live.
fishing. I'm on the water fishing.
Do it live. That'd be cool.
I don't have time. I'm tournament fishing, Dalton. You obviously
Yeah,
don't
but
know
it's
what that
you're
means.
just
I have
you're
money
just
on
on in the
line.
background.
I have money on the line.
No,
Damn it,
Paul's very
stupid
serious
fucking
about
app.
his. Sorry,
I have to be
Paul's
serious.
very
It's
serious,
money.
yeah. Paul's not a fun fisherman. He only fishes
No.
for money.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
He's a weirdo. All right. So speaking
only
of
fish to-
disappointment,
Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead with your
speaking of
disappointment.
Paul's disappointment, And I hate to like go off track. Actually, I don't. I love it. Dalton, how disappointed are you going to be when Russell Wilson is $100 million liability to your team because he can't fucking play anymore?
He already is the liability, man. I'm not looking forward to it. I wish they wouldn't have traded Rudolph, but it is what it is.
It is.
I think Kenny Pickett was a flop, but what can you do? Bring back Michael Vick. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I love Russell Wilson.
Rush it in that offense right now with those running backs.
No, he wouldn't because he's old as shit. He wouldn't like old Vic would have, but not now. I love Russell Wilson because I am a diehard Seahawks fan. That's where I'm from originally. And he brought us our first ring. I love it. I didn't know that you were a Steelers fan. I probably wouldn't even brought you on the show because you guys stole a Super Bowl from us. But
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, you guys didn't. The refs did because they wanted Ben Roethlisberger to win. But anyways, I love that Russell Wilson is playing for you guys just to fuck you guys on the cap. Okay. I think it's amazing. Yeah.
That's what makes you happy.
It really does. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, the Seahawks did not really good in the draft picks, right? But then I'm like, and then I go back to an old article where you guys picked him up for all that money. And it makes me feel really happy. Yeah.
All right. What did you say your team was again?
Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
All right. Well, hey, this is Bass and Brews. It was great. We're going to end the show. No, I'm joking, obviously. I love actually recently. So, Paul, you did a really good TikTok video recently where you're talking about the NFL draft, and we're gonna go because it's around that time. Me and Paul are actually everybody knows Paul is a huge football fan. He was a failed punter in college, but he still loves the game, right? I am a shortish fucking white dude, so I'm not good at any of it, but I fucking love football. And this draft, Paul made a really good video actually where he's talking about how all these people doing these draft grades. And like these motherfuckers haven't even played yet, and everybody's like, "Oh, this guy's shit. This guy's good." Paul, you made a really good point. I never say this. Get off your fucking phone right now. But
hey, I'm doing fantasy football. Just chill out. I'm listening. I'm listening.
No. Paul made a really good point. Like, these fuckers need to settle down. Like, everybody's like freaking the fuck out. Like, obviously, if you're in like the first 5 picks, I get that, right? But like after that, like, settle the fuck down. Like, people are picking positional players. It's gonna, the quarterbacks get all the light on it, right? But like, settle the fuck down. Like, a lot of these players are probably going to be good.
Which ones?
I don't know.
I don't watch the draft. Yeah.
I mean,
great segue.
I don't get it.
Great segue, Alex. We're here to talk about comedy, fishing, and hunting.
I thought it was going to work well.
Dalton specifically said we can talk about comedy, fishing, and hunting, and you started talking about football.
All right.
Which
so
you you don't even know anything about.
Listen, new transition. All right, the Olympics are coming up. I'm just joking. I did.
You know what is coming up though?
What?
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Yes, that.
Okay, so Dalton knows about that somehow, but not okay. That is the funny. Did you see they changed the rules, Paul?
They've changed them like 100 million times. It's fucking stupid.
So, but they've changed it to be a legitimate fight now. So no fucking the other Paul being able to like tag in like it's professional wrestling. None of that shit, right?
It wasn't even tagging in. They could double team Tyson.
Double team him. Yeah. And I still had Tyson winning that. I think Tyson could still win. Like, that motherfucker is going to fucking destroy him.
I hope so, but I don't know.
I do too.
Look, you don't wait, hold on.
Have y'all seen Mike Tyson training? That was the dude taking impressive. The punches from Tyson. It looks like he's training a attack dog. Like, he is padded up.
Mm-hmm. I fucking hope, like, honestly, you're right, Paul. He's padded up. The two people who should be paid most on the internet right now, number one, Mike Tyson's fucking training mate. Number two, me, because I have to fucking deal with Paul, right? Those are the two people who should be paid the most. But, like, I think Tyson can fucking, I think Tyson could take him with the bullshit rules. Now you're going to do real rules? Like, he's going to fuck him up. I cannot wait. I haven't bought a fucking pay-per-view for boxing in probably 10 years. I'm going to fucking buy this one, and I don't give a shit. It's going to be entertaining. We're going to drink a bunch of fucking girly drinks. I've already talked to folks.
Yeah.
We're going to drink nothing but, like, girly fucking drinks to see this fight, just because I think it's a fun dichotomy, you know. Like, I was going to say, oh, shit, I can't figure out the word. Dichotomy? Was that
Dichotomy.
Right? Oh, is that it, Paul?
Yeah, dichotomy. What
Yeah, the
does that
bourbon
mean,
hit.
Alex?
Just the yin and yang. Fuck you. I've been drinking bourbon. Anyways.
Hey, speaking of tournaments, Alex, when's your tournament coming up?
So I have upsetting news on that one. It got moved. The one that I was gonna do.
Likely
Hold on.
story.
Hold on. The one I was gonna do this month in May got moved from an open event to a private event just because there's another so the lake they were going to do it on also took on a bass boat tournament. So the kayak tournament had to switch from a open event to a private event just for their, but the later in the month, so it should be around like the later half. I'm still going to rock one with them, but the one that was supposed to be this weekend, as of this recording, got shifted over.
So when is it?
It's May. What's the last Saturday in May? Whatever that is, the last Saturday in May.
Hey,
So
Dalton, do y'all have
the 25th.
Are you in the area where y'all had the huge fucking alligator gar in Oklahoma? Are you in that area, or is that more south?
We have alligator gar, but we don't got those big ones like southeastern Oklahoma does.
Yeah, there's those like
Yeah.
6 foot alligator gar that they catch out of the rivers and shit, South Oklahoma and Texas and all.
Yeah, we don't.
Are
got
you
those.
noodling for those big assholes too?
No. Yeah, I use my wiener for those.
Solid.
That's why that bitch is so small.
Yeah.
It keeps getting nipped off.
Dalton's out there just drift floating, which just means he gets a flotation device with this wiener out and seeing whatever bites.
I found inner tubes work the best because the hole in the middle.
Yeah, man, perfect. You listen. You probably shouldn't talk about that. Guggen Squad's gonna fucking pick up on that and.
Well, I hope they hit me up.
Yeah, right.
Lucker Hunt's gonna make a tube with a hang down on it for a bait.
Oh, wait, hold on.
This
You were talking about
motherfucker
those
was touching my
tornadoes.
hang down. Do y'all remember that movie?
No.
Sean William Scott and Paul Rudd. Y'all remember that?
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah. That was Role Models.
Yeah,
Yes.
role models.
Ah,
This
yeah.
motherfucker touched my hang down. What? I didn't.
So
I got my own hang down.
the tornadoes did hit. What's his name? One of those Guggen Squad guys,
Oh yeah.
and they ripped out his fucking farm, like destroyed it. Unfortunately,
That's really
what was his
sad.
name? He's the dude
know.
from who used to fish in
Lake Fork
Nebraska. No, not Lake Fork guy. The guy who's in Nebraska. What was his name? Like his whole content now is not fishing; it's just him living on a farm with a bunch of fucking animals. But somehow
That's
he's
cool
Guggen
as shit.
Squad.
Look, those are really good
That's cool.
TikToks.
I
Or the
love it.
farm TikToks.
Oh yeah.
You guys farm at
You
all?
guys-
You done any of that shit?
I was about to say,
Any
Dalton,
what?
you're in Oklahoma, so you just have giant farms full of dust, correct? Is
Yep.
that what you
Fields
guys are
and
normally
fields
farming?
of wheat and dust. Lots of wheat farm too. About 4 miles south of where I live, there was a quadruple homicide, and the guy he fled.
What?
Yeah, it was a pot farm about
Oh.
4 miles south of me. It was a big operation, and the guy
Like a
killed four
legal
people.
operation?
I don't know about that, but
Okay.
it was. I mean, it was, but
All right.
I don't think it was. I don't know.
Okay.
But the guy fled, and he got down to Florida to get on a boat, and they caught him, so they brought him back here, and now he's getting the death penalty.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, dude. Like for killing some farmers on some shit, right?
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's the fucking Wild West out here, man.
I'd much rather have
I
dudes farming weed than soybean at this point. So
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
I fought fire in Oklahoma, and
Oh,
fighting fire in
everybody
Oklahoma
drink.
was the wild, wild west. There was like an 80-year-old woman. When I was there, the volunteer firefighters had like these deuce and a halves, and on
Yeah,
the
they
front
still
of
do.
it were these water cannons. And we were out there. I was out there. I was in Osage County, so kind of northeast Oklahoma, and we were out there one day, and they had people with like gas mask on. But there was this. She's 70, 80-year-old woman on the front of this deuce and a half. And there's not a lot of big trees out there. There's a bunch of like little cedars and blackjack oaks and shit. And they're just plowing through them. Wow, deuce and a half plowing through. And she's on there holding on for dear life with this fucking water cannon. It was the craziest shit. I'm on a bulldozer, right?
Dude, we gotta find
I'm on a
that lady.
dozer.
We gotta find
It is
that lady.
fucking. It is the most insane shit I've ever seen in my entire life out there. There were kids. There were probably kids on these deuce and a half driving that were like 12 years old.
The cool thing about volunteer fire departments is they let anybody volunteer. If you want to go fight fires, they'll let you. I'm not a volunteer because I don't like fires.
Right. I have been stationed with probably like 30 folks from Oklahoma, and every time I ask them, like, "Yo, bro, why'd you join the Coast Guard?" And every time they're like, "I just want to see the ocean."
Yeah,
like, that was their only fucking thing. They're just like, I thought it was going to be easier than the Navy, and I wanted to see the ocean. Like, all right, valid point, bro. And they were always the best. They for the most part, they're always like engineering rates, right? Like mechanics, damage controlmen, shit like that. But yeah.
Hey, Dalton. Oh, back to the comedian side of it.
Yes.
Are all of your sets like jokes that you have practiced and have rehearsed and have made? Is there any kind of like, on the last episode we did battle raps.
There it is.
But are there any freestyle comic stuff out there? Is it all shit that you've rehearsed and done? And hold on. One offset to that is because you'll see these comedians that'll post on social media that are doing their set, and somebody in the crowd pops in, and then they just fucking go in on them for whatever it is.
Yeah, like a heckler roast.
Yeah, a heckler. So do you have sets that you run, and you hope that somebody in the audience pipes up and says something stupid that you can kind of go freestyle in? How does that work from the comedic side?
Well, I do have like a set list of like the jokes that I run,
right?
But then a lot of times I'll put in the middle a bunch of new stuff that I wrote that I think will work, and that's usually when people start talking shit. And I mean, the people that post the heckler stuff online, so they don't have to burn their material. Like I got a couple of my solid jokes out there on the internet, but crowd work's fun. I was afraid of it for a long time, and I've gotten pretty good at it. But I don't post any of it.
All right, so let's do one now here, Dalton. Let's do crowd work on that you had to roast. Like you're sitting there doing your set, everything's funny, it's killing, but you've got Alex and Paul in front, right? Saying, as a whole, Bass and Brews is saying that you're not fucking funny. What's your clap back for that?
Hey, tell a funny joke, Dalton. These suck.
Man, I don't see why you did that, but fair enough. That's fine. Like, it's okay. Some people make mistakes, like your parents.
That's fucking weak. We've heard that before. Come up with better.
We hear that from our own parents.
Well, at least you have both of them, man. My dad's dead. Now you feel like shit, don't you? Once you go home and cut a hole in a watermelon.
That's good. That's a good comeback.
That's fucking solid.
At least you have both of them. That is good.
Yeah. Holy shit.
This man can think on his feet, unlike Alex and I.
Well, Dalton,
better on my back. Hashtag
Dalton.
Pillow Princess.
Pillow. That's perfect. Hey,
Pillow princess.
nope. It's Paul. You don't know how great this is. Hey, Dalton, you gave us the word, right? Paul, Pillow Princess. Are you ready to freestyle to Pillow Princess?
Oh, geez. All right. Let me take a sip of alcohol. Do you have a song lined up? Pillow Princess. We about to get this because we about to have sex. I don't know your name, but I'm about to run that game, girl. We about to make a baby. Tell me what its name is, cause I don't know where the jizz is. Whoops, it's in ya. There we go, baby, making for the show. Hey-oh.
That was fucking awful. Oh, hey.
When you posted last week's first rap,
nope.
and I said
Everybody
you
wants
posted
to
the
hear 'em.
worst one, and I thought
It was the
that
first
was
one.
the best one, was
Nope.
the first one, and then
Yep.
after I listened to it, I was really upset with myself that it was.
I think that one's even worse. So.
No, this one was better. This one at least rhymed and had a little
Helen
bit of
Keller
beat.
turned the volume up on that one.
Yeah, no shit.
Mhm.
She has no
All
shit
right.
little plate.
All right, Dalton, we're getting to kind of an important portion of the show. Before we get there, though, I want to give you an opportunity to shout out all your socials
Okay.
and anybody who's kind of hooked you up, through this
Socials,
journey.
sponsors, or people that support you.
All right, man. Got the Midnight Diarrhea podcast that is on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and SoundCloud.
Okay.
Hey.
My personal page. What's up?
Hold up, quick interruption.
Oh God,
Why not on Apple Podcasts? Because that's,
Yeah,
where I listen
that
to
is
my
a
podcast.
good question.
It's because I don't have an iPhone, and it's just one more thing. I live in the middle of nowhere, and to take an hour and a half and upload it, it takes 9 hours.
Wait, who do you run through for your podcast service?
What do you mean?
Like
That's
service.
backroom shit. That's backroom
All right,
shit.
never mind. That's backroom.
All right,
All
I
right.
use
sorry.
this. What am I going back to plugging shit?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Welcome
At
to
Midnight
Bass and
Diarrhea
Brews.
podcast. Got my personal page on TikTok at breadcrumbs1911, on Instagram at breadcrumbs1995. Good friend of mine named Matt Farrell. He's really hooked me up and blessed me with some opportunities. We just got back from Tennessee a couple months ago. We just did a show in Stillwater. I don't got any shows coming up, but I know that guy does. I'm kind of taking a little hiatus for the summer, but my plan is to make some good content for TikTok and YouTube.
Oh yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to hit. I had to cough. Sorry.
Bless you, child.
Thank you. Hey, you know
Hey,
what time it
Alex,
is,
what's
Paul?
this hatchet that you
Get
have on?
the fuck out of here. Sorry,
What is
that was
that?
a cat.
Oh,
What,
you got
a
a
hat?
kitty cat? No, go get the
No,
kitty cat. Go get
That's
the
not
kitty
my
cat.
cat.
Whose is it?
I don't fucking know. The neighbors.
But go get the cat. I want to see the fucking kitty cat.
I don't
No,
want to
it's
catch
all
it.
right.
I don't know what it's got.
It's a
Hey,
kitty
we're
cat.
about-
Kitty cats don't have diseases. I want to see
Yes,
a
they
kitty
do.
cat.
They have
You
fleas.
chase the kitty
They're
cat
gross.
off. Oh my god.
Oh my
Kitty
god.
cats
Hey,
are the best pets.
we are gonna
ever.
hit the brewskis. Are the most loving people on, in podcast land. They really are. But this is the part where you're really going to divide lines. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to ask you a set of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
We don't need an explanation to the questions unless we ask you for it.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get started with the...
It's time.
Boys and girls, let's see how far down the rabbit hole we can go today. Woo! It only takes one.
All right. This is the shotgun round. You know the rules. Here's how it works. Is it Crocs or flops?
Crocs.
Ah, man. This is a man
I
of
knew it.
taste. I knew it
Yep.
too.
You can't
He's
be
from
a cat.
Oklahoma.
You can't go catch catfish and fish anything but Crocs.
Nope.
Can you imagine seeing a catfish noodler show up in fucking flip
Oh my
flops?
God.
Like absolutely,
Dude.
not.
You gotta have the 4-wheel drives. so
The
they don't
sport
slip off your
mode,
feet.
100%.
The holes in them for aerodynamics, man. You gotta be fast in that water.
Oh, perfect.
Not
Yeah,
to mention the holes
absolutely.
in there, so all the mud leaks
Yeah.
out, so your foot is not full of damn mud. Hell yeah, because y'all got that thick ass red clay.
Yes, sir. We do.
All right. Is it
Don't call me sir, motherfucker.
Sorry.
is it a wacky rig or Texas rig?
Texas.
Oh, it's the
He
first
had to
time an
choose-
Oklahoma guy said Texas.
Yeah, I
Solid.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get disowned by all the Oklahoma people. Matt
That's
Pangracker
fine.
I hope you heard that.
That's all right.
He didn't, Paul. He doesn't listen to us. You're on your way to the water, or maybe the fucking shit fields where your flat fields where you're catching turkey. Let's go that way. You're on. Hold on. You're on your way to a turkey hunt. Is it hype music or is it slow jams?
It's absolute silence.
No, that's not.
You
You gotta
hold
choose
on.
one.
Hold on. This fucking psychopath picked fucking silence.
You're going
Like
out to
nothing.
kill something, man. Gotta get in the right place.
Hold just you and your thoughts. That's it.
Yeah, it's a scary place.
Hey, do you know what's cool about turkey hunting, Alex? Is that
What's
when
that?
you get to your spot and you close the door, you close it real nice and soft so you don't get a big kabang.
Yeah.
But you roll the window down, the driver's side window, because once you get out before daybreak, the turkeys are in roost. So they're in trees up high.
Turkeys don't fly.
During turkey season, what?
I'm
turkeys
just
don't-
joking.
Bitch.
Just
So
joking.
the turkeys
Settle
are in
down.
their roost, but they will gobble, and so that's where you got to figure out which way you got to go. So you get there, you shut the door real easy, you roll the window down, then you shut the door real easy, and then you get the horn on your vehicle, a little toot toot, toot toot, and you
Oh, to
start
fire 'em
listening,
up.
and then you
Yeah,
hear,
yeah.
and so you need to know if you need to go north, west, south, east. The horn is a really good way to
Okay.
locate where some roosting turkeys are.
Well, as a biologist, I'm going to say that's bullshit. I've learned that turkeys love Justin Bieber, so if you just play Justin Bieber really loud, they come really close. So,
But Dalton, you got to answer the question: hype music or
Okay.
slow jams? If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had to play music, it's got to be one.
We're gonna go hype music.
and what does that mean for you?
Run the jewels. Kendrick
my
Lamar.
fucking man!
What the fuck is a run the jewel?
Holy shit!
What are you
Hold
whacking
on.
off before?
Hold
Yeah,
on,
dude.
Paul. Shut the fuck up. You, Dalton. You are the
I'm
only
out.
one to say
This is
fucking-
music. I'm out.
What you are the only one to ever say "Run the Jewels"
Man,
Which-
you got to.
is fucking amazing. LP has such a fucking soft spot in my heart for my childhood. Like I knew him back when he was in the Weatherman, like, and now he's doing
Bitch,
"Run
you
the
did
Jewels."
not
It's
know
fucking
him.
amazing.
You did not know him. You knew of him.
I'm so happy that you said "Run
All
the
right,
Jewels."
don't go anywhere
That's
else. I
so
got to
good.
get an alcoholic beverage.
Well, we're gonna finish the fucking questions, you fucking fat piece of shit. Paul has gained weight at such a huge rate. Dalton, you don't know this, but he started the year on this weight loss journey, and now he's just
Dude.
fat as fuck.
Dude,
Yeah,
I can
so-
hook you up with some bootleg Ozempic. That's
He's
what I'm
gonna-
on. I've lost
he's-
80 pounds.
Oh shit! There
Yeah.
you go, Paul.
Hey,
We're
have
talking
y'all
about how
seen?
fat
Have
you
y'all
are.
seen the semaglutide faces? Have y'all heard
Yeah.
of the semaglutide face?
I got one.
No,
No, you don't. It's the people in like Hollywood that apparently used to use something else, aka methamphetamines, to lose
Yeah.
weight, but now they're using
Yeah.
semaglutide, and now they got the Nightmare Before Christmas skeleton faces.
all right. You're out fishing, Dalton, for bass. Let's just pretend you're fishing for bass, right? Would you rather have 5 2-pounders or 1 9-pounder?
5 2-pounders.
Okay.
Mm.
That's I didn't expect that.
He's in Northwest Oklahoma, though. They probably don't have too many over 5 pounds there
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so why wouldn't he take the 9?
because he ain't ever going to catch one.
I like
No.
eating stuff. I don't give a fuck about how
He's
big it
eating
is.
them.
He's eating it.
Hey,
There we
so
go.
speaking
Hashtag
of that,
I eat bass.
I'll
Hashtag
shoot fall
I
off
eat
the high
bass.
lines, man. I don't fucking care.
hey, so speaking of that, do you eat largemouth bass?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so everybody out there who also eats it, make sure to use the hashtag #IEatBass. We've been using it in all our posts because we're gonna dominate that.
Hey, what's
on the
crazy is
internet
that
right now.
hashtag has like hardly been used in anything.
Yeah,
so that's
and
why I
now
started
we're
using
the
it.
shit out of
But
it.
look, it's very important. All the brewskis out there, it's very important when you hashtag #IEatBass. Don't forget the B.
It gets
I'll run
real
them both in the
different.
same tweet.
There you go. This man is a man of culture.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Are
Bacteria
you gonna
cultures.
spend?
Getting pink eye cultures.
I think I know this answer already, but are you gonna spend more on a rod or are you gonna spend more on a reel?
Real.
Oh,
I was
that
thinking
actually
rod.
surprised me.
Mhm.
Me too, as a catfish guy. Well, because he's using his fucking hand to shove it in a hole. So
You can put a reel on a stick and it'd be fine.
Dalton, have you ever eaten beaver?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you prepare it?
On the grill.
Oh, on the grill. With what?
Like grilled or slow smoked?
It was at my uncle's house. It was on the grill. I don't know. He said, "You want to try beaver?" I said, "Fuck yeah." I haven't
All
cooked
right.
it myself.
So how was it? Did you enjoy it?
It was chewy, big gamey, but it was all right.
All right.
I'd
so
eat it again.
you need to get your uncle to slow cook it just like you would a brisket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put the beaver on there, cook it low
We have-
and slow like you
Yep.
would the brisket, and you can make burnt ends, but it's best pulled with a lot of barbecue sauce.
Pulled beaver. That sounds
Mhm.
all right.
We actually have
Mhm.
two different recipes. Paul has that one. Mine is that you take it out to dinner and dancing, and then it's pretty solid after that.
It's more expensive.
It is definitely more expensive.
Barbecue sauce tastes better.
Oh shit! We lost all our female anglers on this episode. Anyways,
Hey,
Break
that
out the sweet
question
baby
arose.
rays.
That question arose from Tiffany. So
uh huh.
All right.
All right. So speaking of food, and this is the one that's really going to be polarizing, right? So every great angler or outdoorsman, in your case, loves a great sandwich.
Mhm.
What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Like, did I hunt or just from the store?
no,
No,
bitch,
no.
you
Like
making
when
a
you're out there-
sandwich.
Yeah.
You're making a sandwich before you go fishing, hunting.
Why do you gotta call him a bitch? Like that was just rude.
I don't think he did. Did he?
He did.
I don't know.
Yeah, he said
Oh.
bitch.
See,
All right.
his. I'm colorblind and I hear better than he does.
You fucking idiot.
Back to this sandwich. If I'm going hunting with a sandwich, it's just turkey and cheese with some mayonnaise on it.
Okay.
You got 2 more. We gotta have 3
2 more.
sandwiches with protein.
I like pork belly burn-in sandwiches.
Oh.
Those.
Fuck yes, dog. Hell yeah.
Yes.
First, I think that's
Yeah.
the first time we've had pork belly burnt ends.
100%.
That is the first on Bass and Brews.
It is.
Dude, you got to put them things in tacos with some fucking habanero onions. Tell you what, it'll change your fucking life.
Hold on.
Hell
How
yeah.
do you grow a habanero onion?
If you put habanero with vinegar inside of a box of red onions and let it ferment overnight, they're
What?
tasty.
the-
My
what?
mother-in-law
I need-
makes
oh.
them.
I need
Wait,
this
what?
recipe. I
Yeah,
need
no
this
shit.
recipe. You're married?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no
my wife-
way. No, there's no way a guy that looks like you figured out.
That's false because Alex, both you and I are married.
No, fucking fair. All right, you got one more sandwich protein, Dalton.
Oh man.
Uh-oh, he's put
Pulled
on
pork.
the spot. Pulled
Okay,
pork.
there we go.
There it
Pulled
is.
pork sandwich with some mustard. Put
Oh,
some cheese
yeah.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you
cheese
use
on your pulled pork.
mustard?
No.
I
Do you
love
use
cheese.
mustard as a binding on the pulled pork?
When I cook it, yeah, but I'll put barbecue sauce on it after I pulled it.
Okay.
Because if you use barbecue sauce before you smoke it, like it winds up fucking burnt. It's black on the
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
The barbecue. All right. So I take talk about binder and stuff, and the binder's some bullshit. But if
I
you're gonna
tried to
cook,
give him the
if you're gonna do
exit
barbecue,
music.
You
It's
have
gonna
got
go
you put,
on forever.
like Dalton said, if you put the barbecue on too early, the bitch is just a burnt, crispy nastiness. If you're going to barbecue, if you're going to put sweet barbecue sauce on anything, that shit has to go at the end, like the last 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Hey. I should have mixed that in, but we're at the end. Oh my God, we're out of here. Fuck off, you assholes.